This banana is radioactive, and somewhere right now, a shipping container filled with bananas has just tripped a radiation alarm. But why? How is one of the most popular fruits on Earth being mistaken for radioactive material? Well, here is the strange and bananas answer. Here's what people don't tell you about bananas. They are radioactive. But you don't have to worry, this isn't a kind of don't touch it radioactive. It's just measurable on a scientific level. The reason comes down to potassium. Bananas are packed with it. But here's what doesn't make it onto the label of the banana in store. In the entire universe, about 0.0117% of all potassium is a radioactive isotope called potassium-40. It's not something that comes from bad soil or from a nearby nuclear plant near a banana farm. It's everywhere. Your body has potassium-40 in it right now. And so does bananas. Now, this doesn't mean you're gonna turn into the Hulk or into Spider-Man, but it does mean every day you're eating a little bit of radioactive material. A typical banana has about half a gram of potassium in it. Run the numbers, and that's about 15 becquerels of activity, which basically means 15 atoms are decaying every single second for as long as that banana exists. Now that may sound alarming, but eating one banana exposes you to about 0.1 microsieverts of radiation, which basically means it's an absolutely tiny, minuscule amount. Scientists actually use this as a real unit of measurement, calling it the banana equivalent dose. Mostly because of how small and consistent it is. Let's put that into context. That's about 1% of all radiation you absorb from the Earth every day. You get more radiation sleeping next to another person. You get more radiation from a bag of Brazil nuts. And you also get more radiation from being on a long-haul flight, thanks to cosmic radiation at that altitude. So no, your fruit bowl isn't a threat, but scale it up and things do get interesting. To understand why bananas are triggering the alarm at ports, we need to understand what the ports are looking for. And spoiler alert, they're not looking for bananas. So countries run something called radiation portal monitors at ports and at borders. And these are large detector arrays which cargo trucks and ship containers drive through in order to try and catch smuggled radioactive material. This can include stolen medical isotopes or even materials that can be used to make a dirty bomb or nuclear weapons. And these detectors are purposely set to be overly cautious. They're set to detect things only above normal background radiation levels. Because when you're trying to prevent nuclear smuggling, you'd rather have a false alarm than miss the real thing. So these detectors being sensitive is key, but it's also the problem. One banana emitting 15 becquerels of radiation is nothing. But here's the thing. Cargo doesn't just move one banana, it moves lorries worth of it. In these cargo containers, there'll be tens of thousands of bananas, all emitting the same constant hum of potassium-40 radiation. Multiply 15 becquerels by 10,000 bananas, and all of a sudden, you got an elevated radiation signature. One that is large enough to push past the threshold of these ultra-sensitive detectors. Science Focus puts it about as bluntly as science journalism can get. A lorry full of bananas is radioactive enough to trigger a false alarm on detectors designed to catch nuclear weapons. And the thing is, bananas aren't even unique here. Brazil nuts are worse. They're literally some of the most radioactive food on Earth. Any food that's dense in potassium and gets packaged up into a cargo ship can trigger these sensors. So should you be worried? No. Even when these detectors do go off, the radiation stays within normal background levels. Literally nowhere near anything that regulators deem to be dangerous. Regulators are clear about this. They say that radioactive food is safe to eat and safe to work around. So when an alarm goes off, it's mainly detecting sensitivity rather than danger. The system's doing exactly what it's meant to do, flagging anything that seems unusual and then checking it. It's like the old saying, it's better to be safe than sorry. So next time you eat a banana, you can be pretty certain that you're not going to turn into the Hulk.